We all carry stories inside us, like invisible books tucked away in our minds. Some pages are bright and happy, making us smile, but others are a bit shadowed, whispers, from tough times we wish we could forget. These are the feelings from unresolved trauma. It's not always about big, shocking events. Sometimes it's just small hurts that never quite healed, quietly changing how we live without us even knowing it. Think of a tiny crack in a wall. At first, it seems like nothing, but over time, it can make the whole wall weak. Unresolved trauma works like that. It's not about being weak or blaming yourself. It's about understanding the quiet messages our minds and bodies send when something deep inside isn't settled. If we ignore these messages, they don't just go away. They often dig deeper. Today, we're going to look at 6 strong signs of these deep feelings. Signs that might feel very familiar to you, even if you never knew what they meant. If any of these sound like you, remember, you are not alone. Spotting these signs is the very first brave step towards feeling better. Sign 1, the big reaction to small things. Have you ever found yourself getting really upset about something tiny, like spilling a drink, missing a bus, or someone saying something simple, and suddenly you feel a huge wave of anger, sadness, or worry? This isn't just about being too sensitive. Often these big feelings are echoes from hurts in the past. Your body and mind, after going through tough times, start to see even small problems as huge threats. It's like a smoke alarm that goes off for even a tiny puff of dust, not just real smoke. This constant feeling of being on edge is tiring. It can make you feel alone and wonder why you can't just get over it. The truth is, it's not about just getting over it. It's about finding and fixing the hidden trigger that's been quietly playing with your feelings. A small ripple in your day can stir up a whole ocean of old pain, leaving you lost in a storm you didn't see coming. Sign 2, building invisible walls. Avoiding things. Do you often find yourself avoiding certain places, talks, or even memories? Maybe you skip parties, avoid getting too close to people, or quickly push away uncomfortable thoughts when they pop up. This isn't about being lazy or not caring. It's a very strong way your mind tries to protect itself. When past experiences were very painful or overwhelming, our minds learn to stay away from anything that reminds us of them. This avoidance can show up in many ways. Putting things off, using harmful things like drugs or alcohol, doing things over and over again without meaning, or just feeling numb to emotions. The strange thing is, while avoiding things makes us feel safe for a short time, it actually traps us. It stops us from living life fully and from truly healing. The walls we build to keep ourselves safe often become the very prisons that stop us from truly connecting with others and growing. Sign 3, always being on alert. The constant buzz. Imagine always being on guard, looking around for danger, even when there's no real threat. This is what hypervigilance feels like. You might always expect the worst. You might overthink every look, every word, every small change in how people act around you. Sleeping might be hard because your mind keeps racing with what-if thoughts. You might struggle to relax, always feeling a tight knot inside. This isn't about being paranoid. It's a sign that your body and mind have been in a ready-to-fight-or-run mode too much, and now they're stuck there. It's your body's way of saying, I need to be ready, even when the danger is long gone. This endless watching drains your energy, makes you feel tired all the time, and makes it really hard to just relax and enjoy the quiet moments in life. Every shadow seems to hide a monster, and every silence feels like the calm before a storm. Sign 4, the heavy blanket of shame and blame. Unresolved trauma often leaves a bitter taste of shame and self-blame. You might find yourself taking the blame for bad things that happened, believing that you somehow caused them, or that there's something wrong with you deep down. This doesn't make sense logically. It's more like an emotional scar that twists how you see yourself. You might struggle with feelings of not being good enough, not being worthy, or a constant feeling that you don't deserve happiness or success. This inner voice that criticizes you can be very harsh. It can chip away at your confidence and stop you from going after your dreams or accepting love and help from others. The weight of blaming yourself can be heavier than any criticism from outside. It quietly eats away at who you are and keeps you stuck in a cycle of punishing yourself. The chains that hold us tightest are often made in the fire of our own hidden guilt. Sign 5, relationships falling apart. Trauma doesn't just stay inside us. It spreads out and affects how we connect with others. You might find it hard to build deep, trusting relationships. Or maybe you notice a pattern of relationships that are always up and down, never stable. This could show up as difficulty with closeness, a fear of being left alone, or a tendency to push people away before they can get too close. On the other hand, you might find yourself getting into unhealthy relationships, repeating old patterns from your past without even realizing it. The emotional hurts make real connection feel risky, leading to a constant push and pull that leaves both you and the people around you feeling frustrated and misunderstood. The unspoken worries from your past can become loud, noisy voices in your current relationships, turning every chance for connection into a minefield. Sign 6. Your body speaks. Physical problems. Our bodies are incredibly smart. They often hold on to what our minds try to forget. Unresolved trauma can show up as many physical problems that doctors can't find a clear reason for. This might include constant pain, stomach issues, always feeling tired, frequent headaches, or just a general feeling of being unwell. Stress and deep emotional pain directly affect how our bodies work. When trauma isn't dealt with, it can keep the body in a constant fight or flight mode, which messes up how it normally balances itself. These physical problems are not all in your head. They are real cries from your body, telling you to pay attention to the deeper feelings that need healing. Our bodies, in their quiet wisdom, often speak the truths our minds are still learning to understand. Seeing these signs isn't about giving yourself a label or saying you have a certain problem. It's about becoming more aware, being gently curious about your own experiences. It's about understanding that these reactions are not faults. Instead, they are smart, even if sometimes misguided, ways your system tries to protect you. The very first step towards feeling free is always being aware, and simply noticing these echoes is a powerful act of kindness towards yourself. If any of these signs felt familiar to you, know that getting better is possible. It's a journey, not just a quick fix, and it often takes bravery, patience, and sometimes the help of a kind professional. What was the most important sign for you today? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your experience might be exactly what someone else needs to hear. If this video helped you see things in a new way, please give it a thumbs up and think about subscribing to the channel for more ideas on understanding our inner struggles. And if you're curious to learn more about the quiet ways our past experiences shape us, be sure to check out my last video, 5 Most Misunderstood Types of Abuses. Thank you for joining me in this important talk. If you found any part of this video helpful or relatable, I highly recommend checking out the book, Your Brain's Not Broken. It explains so much about how brains actually work, and more importantly, how to work with your brain instead of fighting it all the time. The link is down in the description if you want to take a look.